Hello Year 4, welcome back. I hope you had a really lovely half term. I've been on a little virtual holiday to the Colosseum in Rome. You can see it behind me. Just trying to cheer myself up because I can't go on a real holiday. I hope you had a really lovely week and you are ready for the next week of our home learning. I'm sure you will make us just as proud as you did last term. Right, let's get started with our lesson today. I have actually called upon the services of my teaching partner at home, and he is going to help us play a little game to warm us up today. So are we ready? Hang on a second, let's make sure I've shared the sound. There we go.
Hello, Meeple. I'm back.
He's back to play another game with you, everybody. We're going to play Improve My Sentence, aren't we, Elijah? So what we're going to do, Elijah's going to tell you a sentence, and then you need to come up with a better version of Elijah's sentence. For example, if he said, my car is fast, you might say, my red shiny car drives as fast as a shooting star. So you're going to improve his sentences. Can we sit back down, Elijah? Put your hat on. We do our first sentence. Is everybody ready?
My star hat is sparkly.
My star hat is sparkly. Pause the video, everybody. See if you can write a better sentence than that about Elijah's star hat. Okay, we're ready with our second sentence.
My clock ticks.
My clock ticks, everybody. My clock ticks. Can you come up with a better sentence about the alarm clock, please? Pause the video and have a go. Now.
Wow!
What are you going to say? What's your sentence? My
dinosaur is scary.
My dinosaur is scary. Pause the video, Year 4. Can you come up with a better sentence than my dinosaur is scary? Challenge yourself. Maybe use an expanded noun phrase.
My dinosaur. Wow!
Okay, hopefully you came up with something good, Year 4. Elijah's ready with his next sentence. Let's put dinosaur away. What are you going to say? What are you going to challenge us with next, Elijah?
A whale.
A whale, right. What's the sentence?
Whale.
Whale is?
Whale is grey.
Whale is grey. Let's show everybody the whale. The whale is grey. Can you come up with a better sentence than that, Year 4? Pause your video. Have a go. Is he swimming? Yeah. Okay, we're ready with our last sentence for you. What's our last sentence, Elijah?
The tractor.
The tractor drives
slowly.
The tractor drives slowly. Pause your videos, please, Year 4. Come up with a better sentence. I wonder if you could use the fronted adverbial on that one. Well
done, everybody.
Give them a clap then.
I hope yours were better than mine.
I hope yours were better than mine. Good boy.
I hope yours are better than mine.
Yeah, I hope so, because they're a bit older than you, aren't they? You're only 3. They're a little bit older than you are.
I'm only 3 children.
You are. You come up with some really good sentences. Right. What would you like to say before we go? You got anything else to say? You jumping out your mouth. Have you got anything else to say? Let's say a big goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that warm-up as much as Elijah enjoyed making it. Let's get on with the main part of our lesson. Right, this is a brand new unit we are starting today, and our new unit is all about non-chronological reports. So because it's a new unit, we've got a brand new writing target. You did a really good job last term on our expanded noun phrases. This term, we are learning all about paragraphs. And luckily, our last grammar lesson last term was about paragraphs, so we are well prepared for this target. And your target is to use paragraphs to organise ideas around a theme. Okay, before we go any further, we just want to have a look at some of the basics of our writing. So we've got warm-up number 2 here. We need to add capital letters and full stops to the passage below. Could you please pause the video and have a go at adding some capital letters and full stops to this passage? I wonder how you got on. I'm just going to use my editing pen to see if I can add them in for us. Okay, Cheltenham needs a capital C. Cheltenham, England, began life as a small village in 1226. Full stop. Capital letter. It became a market town and later became famous for its healing water. Full stop. Capital V. Visitors to the town would drink the water believing it would cure them of illnesses and keep them healthy. Full stop. So we've got 3 separate sentences there, all on 3 slightly different topics. I hope you managed to spot those. Right, today our date is Monday the 22nd of February 2021, and our WALT is we are learning to listen to a non-chronological text and retell it, rehearsing simple sentences orally. Orally means out loud. Could you please pause the video and carefully write your date and WALT in your neatest handwriting and then underline them? Okay, just ignore that bit here because unfortunately we didn't do our cold task yesterday because we were at home. So in this unit, we are going to be focusing on non-chronological texts. Non-chronological, do you know what that means? If something is chronological, what does it mean? Chronological means it's in time order. So non-chronological is a text which is not written in time order. And we are actually going to focus on non-chronological texts about the Romans. So let's have a look at a really good non-chronological text. I'm just going to move my picture down because I think the video of me is in the way. There we are. Hopefully you can see that better now. So I'm going to read it for you. The Romans. We've got a lovely title. The Romans were a powerful and determined people. During the Roman reign, they achieved many things, including invading countries, including Britain, building towns, growing their empire, and creating impressive armies. We've got a subheading here, the invasion of Britain. Rome was founded in the 8th century BC and was named after the famous twins Romulus and Remus. But the Romans then invaded Britain in 43 AD. Immediately after they arrived in England, they started work building roads and forts so they could transport soldiers around the country. Our next subheading is towns. It is a well-known fact that the Romans built many towns around England. The largest one was London, which they called Londinium. Traditionally, Roman towns were all laid out in the same way. Each had straight streets shaped into a grid pattern with buildings like a bathhouse, temples, aqueducts, and an amphitheatre. Have a look at our picture. Got a picture there of the grid layout, and it says straight roads and streets, including bathhouses, temples, aqueducts, and amphitheatres. Okay, our next subheading is empire building. Britain was just a very small part of the Roman Empire. Have you ever wondered where else the Romans conquered? They reigned all around the Mediterranean Sea, including parts of Africa. Eventually, the Roman Empire became too big to rule very well, and therefore, in 285 AD, the empire was split into 2 halves, east and west. Pause for a moment. I've got my dojo signed in, and I think Mrs. Chambers is giving some dojos to the children at school. Around the year 410 AD, the Romans had all left Britain because the soldiers were needed to defend other parts of the empire. Okay, the next subheading is the army. Roman armies were very highly trained, well organised, and excellent fighters. Interestingly, Roman soldiers had to be at least 20 years old when they joined the army, and they had to stay in for 25 years. We learned about this in didn't we? This seems like a long time. However, when they left, they were rewarded well with money or land that they could farm. I'm just going to log out of my dojo. And then we've got a lovely picture here of a Roman soldier, and it's labelled with the different parts of his uniform. So that's a really nice example of a non-chronological text. What were your favourite parts of the text and why? Have a little look. Which bits do you like the best and why? Personally, I quite like the bit about the army. I find that quite interesting. It's interesting that they have to stay in for 25 years. Right, we're going to learn the non-chronological text today. This is what we do at the start of every unit. We look at our model text and we learn it. What actions are we going to be able to use? Have a look at that picture. Are there any there that we might be able to use? Oh, there's not many. We can't use once upon a time, can we? We might be able to adapt the next movement and use that for something. We can definitely use because. I'll to show you, but I can't do it on the video. Oh, what else could we use? We might be able to use the however. But actually, it doesn't really matter if you can't use their actions, because actually you always come up with better ones of your own. So don't worry, come up with your own actions. How do we retell a text then? Can you remember? We need to look for the main points, don't we? We need to make sure that we get those main points into our retelling. So go through, when you start doing it, go through your text that you've got with you in your daily plan. See if you can find the main points and just make sure that your main points have got actions. You don't need actions for every single point. So why is it important that we do this? Pause your video, have a think. Why do we do this? Okay, by saying a text orally, we can really understand it in our head. We form a picture in our head of how that type of writing works, and then our head is able to translate that into our own writing. So it trains our brain to understand how that type of writing works. So we want to learn today how a non-chronological report works. So you have been brilliant at this in the past. I'm expecting really, really good things from you today. Do we create an action for every part of the report? What do you think? No, we don't, do we? What you're going to do in a moment, you're going to get your report in front of you, and you're going to identify the main points, and you will just put an action in for the main points. So you might start by saying, the Romans. In fact, I'm going to do the Romans like that, and I'm going to put my arm up just to show myself. It's a heading. Almost like my arm is the underlining. The Romans. The Romans were powerful and determined people. You see how I've got one action for that sentence. During the Roman reign, they achieved many things, including invading countries. I'm going invading like this. Invading countries, including Britain, building towns, growing their empire, and creating impressive armies. So you can see I'm not doing an action for absolutely everything I said, and perhaps I've got slightly too many in there. So what I want you to do, go through the text, retell the text, add your actions in, and then keep practicing it. The more you can practice, the better your understanding will be of that non-chronological text. Enjoy yourself. Come up with some fun actions. Okay? I'd really, really wish I could see what you were doing. Okay. What you're going to do now, you're going to go away and do that and then come back and join me at the end, once you've finished. Right, I hope you enjoyed retelling your text today, Year 4. I wonder, which words and phrases did you struggle to remember? Those are probably the ones that you needed to add the actions to help you. What features did you notice today as well? We're not going to go through them all, but I wonder if you noticed any features of a non-chronological report. Perhaps things like the subheadings. Have a look at that learning pit. I'd like you to decide where you are in the learning pit with your understanding of non-chronological reports. Now, I wouldn't really expect anybody to be right at the end and be a successful learner because we've only just started learning about them. Well done on your retelling and your almost acting today. We will carry on learning about our non-chronological reports tomorrow, Year 4. Have a lovely day.